I'm talking about Johnny Bravo. I'm talking about JD Delay, the guy that put mayonnaise up his ass. We'll talk about that in the video. We're going to talk about Greg Douchebag Doucette, the little midget. Real men value their time. We don't have time to go to the barber. We bring the best barber to us. So after I brutalize my body, what do? I get in the ice. It's ice time. Gotta remove the inflammation, or else tomorrow we'll be in serious pain. JD Delay, the hero of all the cockroaches. So, me and JD had a conversation. And this is what JD had to say. While I was trying to be kind and lure him in so I could put some more mayo up his ass. I hope you guys are inspired. I really do. Because I could do anything I want. I go travel around the world, sit on the beach, getting a massage by 4 girls, and having some coconut. But I'm here.
Well, guys, you already know what time it is, because we have the clown of all clowns, and the fake alpha male who just cannot stop making things up, the one and only Bend Over Azoulay. And you see, little old Bend Over here has really just been on some complete and utter bullshit, and this has been a continued trend since my last video, where we ended up witnessing Bend Over basically crashing the hell out for no reason, and having what I can only consider as a straight up mental breakdown mixed with way too much pre-workout and steroids, because this guy right here was straight up tripping.
Remember my famous quote, never fear fear, become fear, so fear himself will fear you. I don't give a f about anything. I don't even give a f about watching the road. You have to understand, I'm not a man. I'm half man, half God. God put me on this planet to change you, to help you improve. I'm driving right now 90 miles on the freeway. I don't give a f. I'm watching you. You know why? Because God is watching me. Take a look at this. See the sweat? I don't need to do this. King Azoulay is not just a name. It's a fucking status.
And having the audacity to be calling that stupid ass shit a famous quote, while also supposedly doing the slowest 90 miles per hour that I have ever seen in my life down the interstate, was already just bad enough on its own. But our half man, half god here apparently was just getting started this month. Because when he wasn't fearing fear and becoming fear and having fear fear him and all that other stupid shit, he then started just posting rapidly, where in one of them he was trying to make a dog shit song about Ali Soba and was actually out here in a recording studio trying to do so. But he has also decided that he is out here wanting to fight everyone and anyone who has ever dared to talk about him or make fun of his dumb lolcow ass. And he's basically stating that he wants war, even though he still hasn't fought Ali Soba, which he said he would do a very long time ago. And in this pursuit of conflict, he's really ramped up the trying to look like a badass thing, and ended up posting himself after what was supposedly a training session of Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which we will never know how true that is, considering he didn't post any training, but instead just posted around the training that he's trying to claim happened, which is really fucking convenient. And he apparently even suffered a brutal injury during this training. So it must have been some really intense shit, because the wannabe king couldn't help but to post immediately after, and just had to go on about this vicious, brutal injury he received, while probably bending over against his opponent.
Guys, we're out here in jiu-jitsu. Just messed up my finger. You can see, but we didn't stop. I went all out with my boy who just left. It's like a fucking Neanderthal. Huge guy, 260, big, massive, and the guy's a beast. And my boy right here, Anthony, also got messed up. Some blood.
Keep going.
But it is what it is. We keep going. We don't stop. This is nothing. My face getting all beat up is nothing. Him getting bloody is nothing.
Another day of work.
Another day of fucking paradise. Let's go.
And you hear that? Ali Soba, JD Delay, John Bravo, Greg Doucette. Little old Bendover here suffered such a brutal little injury to his finger, and despite that, he did not stop his training. Such a terrible thing could never stop this downright dipshit. So you boys better watch the fuck out. And obviously, it was just ridiculous enough already because he felt the need to bring up this injury to his finger, where I guess he broke a nail, and it seemed like, a pretty typical thing that could just happen to you if you're cleaning around the house or working a normal job. But for Bendover Azoulay, this was some serious shit that he hasn't experienced before. So serious, in fact, that after the training session, he then got in his car, took his fucking shirt off for some reason, I don't know why he did that, and proceeded to rant about how he lives for the pain, and brought up the finger injury as his example. So this guy experiences any little type of pain in his life, and he has to immediately run to everyone and anyone to tell them about the shit.
So, although I clipped all of my nails, this one managed to get bent. But it's okay because we love the pressure, and we love the pain, and we love the chaos, and we love to f***ing feel. How are you gonna feel when you don't go through the pain? Why, you just want to feel happy all the time, huh? You want to feel happy? You want it to just be rainbows and sunshines? No. Invite in the war. Invite the chaos. Invite the craziness. Where your world feels like it's about to f***ing tear down. But it's only looking like it's tearing down because you're rebuilding it the f*** up.
And holy shit, he was actually bitching about a bent nail. I was kind of joking when I said that earlier before I fully watched this clip, but this guy is actually bitching about bending his nail and acting as if he just went through war. And this is the clown who's trying to act like he's gonna get in the ring with anybody and who's acting like he had all of these fights, despite having no show of it on his hands or knuckles and no scarring. Like, you gotta be fucking joking. And he still wasn't done. Because like days later, he was still bringing up this little thumb thing during his random little stories and rants he likes to go on, and was even bringing it up when he was trying to advertise his King's Fury pre-workout. I swear, you would think this guy just like tore his ACL or something with how he's acting about this shit.
Becoming the ultimate warrior, you can't just work out and lift weights. You can't only just do Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You can't only do boxing. No. You have to do it all. Yesterday you saw I got injured. I messed up my thumb, I pulled my back, and I injured my elbow. But right after that, I went into the ice, meditated, removed inflammation, and now I'm going to go to the place that I know I am the happiest and I feel the best, which is at the gym.
Oh, and now that he was getting clowned on for it on his post, now all of a sudden he's hurt multiple other things. And I'm sure all that ice did wonders for your little bent nail bend over. So clearly, as you can tell, he's just showing how much of a hardened badass he really is. And I think he motivated himself with this dumb shit and ended up motivating himself into making a post where he was talking a whole lot of shit about multiple well-known people who have exposed his goofy ass for his past crimes and for his disgusting past in general. And in this video, he was feeling especially cocky, and it's crazy that all it took was him bending a nail to be feeling like he can take on anything and can once again take on all of those 30 men and will be able to beat them off no matter how many nails he breaks in the process.
So I'd like to speak about a few people really quick. Supposedly they're influencers, but I call them bottom feeders. They are the shit of the internet.
I'm always shocked how many people let me into their mansions, considering I've got 58 felonies on my record.
When you watch them, all you want to do is either shit the person that they're talking about or yourself. They're not influencers. What they do is unbelievable because they're so good at capturing the attention of the weak. They're preying on the weak, getting you to watch hateful content. And with that content that you're watching, you're actually taking away all of your time, destroying your life, not being productive, not doing anything with the gifts that God has given you. And at the end of the day, what do? You walk around the earth angry, upset, and believing their lies. Things like this never happened 20, 30, 40 years ago. But all of a sudden today with the internet, there's a lot of idiots on the internet that are watching other morons and believing them. Well, let's talk about these people. And let me show you how your heroes are just a bunch of little And they ain't never gonna do nothing except make the next lousy video about King Azoulay, the most interesting man on the planet.
And we're just gonna pause it here really quick for 1 second before he starts just going fully into all of the people who have pissed him off, because this is the most ridiculous load of horse shit already that I've seen in a hot minute. Not only is he not the most interesting person on the internet, but instead is just the dumbest person on the internet, but he's basically keeping things very broad, where he says that they're just lying without proving that anything is a lie and without bringing any evidence despite all the people he's about to mention, bringing up court documents and evidence, but he's basically just turning the very thing it seems that he does onto the people he's trying to call out. Because from what I see, it looks like that he's the one that's preying on weak people by getting them to sign up with his little coaching program horse shit, and getting them to buy his King's Fury and all that crap, with all of these false promises and false stories that we've seen him constantly making up. But it seems that he's just gonna pretend like he's helping people, and anyone who disagrees with him is just spreading hate, and he's just gonna continue to go on with his bullshit.
I'm talking about Johnny Bravo, the old emoji. I'm talking about JD Delay, the guy that put mayonnaise up his ass. We'll talk about that in the video. We're gonna talk about Greg Douchebag Doucette, the little midget who's been noodled. Oh yeah, and the fourth one, Tough Enough, the organization that invited me to come promote them and then had me taken out for a reason that I will expose. And I won't just expose the organization. I'll expose everything that happened from the beginning until the end. So you guys will know exactly the truth. But you know me, I like to wait. I like where there is chaos and people talking about me and coming into my comments and giving me engagement. But once it's calm, I'm not enjoying it. I need the storm again. So while I'm sitting here in my $500,000 vehicle with my $100,000 AP and my $12 million home and everybody wishes they were me, I'm gonna make a quick video just for you to see who's the real of the internet. It's time for war. King Azoulay forgives, but King Azoulay doesn't forget. The ones that did me wrong, I guarantee you, it's just a matter of time. Never wrong, King Azoulay. King Azoulay is being watched by God. You guys are all gonna pay.
And don't ask me why he started talking in third person at the end like a fucking caveman. I don't know why the hell he decided to do that. But as you can tell, it's some really goofy bullshit going on right here, where he's not only going after JD Delay, John Bravo, and Greg Doucette, but he's also going after the organization that ended up kicking him out of the MMA fight because he got called out for his past shit, and people were trying to press and fight him, and he didn't want any of it, but instead just ran away. So clearly that must have really bothered him if he's gonna take the time to try and call them out and go after them as well. And after this video, he actually ended up dropping his very first video on these people he just talked about and decided to start it off with JD Delay. And if you follow the channel, as you all know, he really hates JD Delay. So of course, he was the first one.
JD Delay, the hero of all the cockroaches. What's going on, man? You guys remember this guy who said he puts mayonnaise up his ass so he could get in there?
I was sneakily back into the institution and we ran out of Vaseline. So there was a mayonnaise packet that had been opened and left out in the sun. Just in case you're ever wondering, green mayonnaise in your butt will give you a lot of problems, brother.
We had like 60 felonies.
I'm always shocked how many people let me into their mansions, considering I've got 58 felonies on my record.
You said it, not me. As you guys could see, he is the neo. He keeps talking about Bibi and Israel.
Is Benjamin Netanyahu dead? Betty Boy got slimed. Even this photo that supposedly got leaked, but I cannot verify its authenticity.
And obviously about King Azoulay.
The fake alpha male influencer Ben Azoulay, who claimed to fame is how he once beat off 30 men with his bare hand.
Why do you think that is? Because I'm the most important motherfucker on the planet today. Now with that being said, JD claimed that I hurt little girls and I will never stand up to a real man. So me and JD had a conversation, and this is what JD had to say. While I was trying to be kind and lure him in so I could put some more mayo up his ass, pause, for some reason he understood what was going to happen and how his future was going to look. So he didn't want to show up to a fight. I offered him a fair, clean fight. I offered to fly him in. As you know, I'll only fly out my for JD, I'll fly him out. Offered to also pay for the hotel, and on top of that, I was gonna give his boyfriend, Johnny Bravo, $10,000 for organizing this shit. And Johnny really needs the money, as you know. He's a broke little. So with that being said, the only thing he had to say was curse, 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 and said, "You wanna fight me?" And then disappeared. Been ghosting me ever since. So your so-called hero, JD, Delay is obviously no hero. He's afraid, he's scared, he's a coward. And all he knows how to do with his raspy voice after he took in, a little bit too much. I think he's got permanent scratches here. Doesn't want to show up. He knows exactly what's going to happen, Mr. Mayonnaise. But if you're still up for it and you're not a bitch, go ahead and come on over. Like I said, I'll buy you a flight. And I'll also buy you a casket.
And I have no idea what is up with Bendover, but every time he talks about JD, he ends up saying some of the most abysmally gay bullshit that I have ever seen. He just told us that he wanted to put mayo in JD's butt. Like, I don't know how else you could take that. I don't see any other way that you can take that besides him straight up saying he wants to bang JD. And this isn't the first time. Last time he addressed him, he asked JD to bounce on his dick.
There's a guy named JD the fucking my dick. Delay.
So now we've got that paired with the mayo in the butt thing, and it is just not looking very straight at all. And along with this, throughout those text messages, he didn't show a lot of things and left a lot of context out, because we have actually covered the leaked text messages. And in them, JD's telling him to just pull up and dropping the addy, and he's willing to fight him, but he's not going to make it an entire spectacle so that Ben can make a whole lot of money off of it. And instead of, a beef where they're willing to go in a ring together and all, he wants to handle it outside of the ring, and of course Bendover's not going to do that because the only reason he is doing it is for money and clout. So naturally, he's just manipulating and saying what he has to try to make himself look cool and like a badass. And this was the first video of many that are to come. And I have a feeling he'll be going for John Bravo next, considering he tried to call him out there. But it's already just so ridiculous. And after this, he started to resume his normal activities, like basically trying to do a Q&A, but not actually doing it because he didn't get enough questions that were serious. So instead, he just uses it as a chance to basically rant about some random bullshit.
I remember when I had nothing, when I slept under a tree, when no one was there to help me. But do you know what it means? To stand up and give it your all when you have no strength, no power, no support. Your woman left you. Your house was taken away. Your family don't support you. Your friends don't answer you. Your body's completely in pain from you brutalizing it. And you still have to wake up in the morning and look at God and say, God, I know you're here with me. And I know that there's a reason for all of this.
So yeah, that little bent nail really did a whole lot for Bendover this week, and really fueled him on an egotistical, insane spree of pure dumbassery. But that's enough of this downright clown for one day. So with that being said, if you enjoyed, please drop a sub and a like, and join the Saints Mafia, where we are flaming all of these fake alpha male dipshits. And I'm out, watching Bendover Azoulay recover from an intense injury, and peace.
The one and only, the notorious Conor McGregor gifted me cigars, and I have to tell you, they're probably one of the best I've ever had. Conor, thank you, my brother. God bless you, and we'll see you at your fight. You better knock him the fuck out. I don't want to see a submission. I want to see a knockout. Let's go.